Greetings and welcome to another episode of the Just a Nerds podcast. As always, I'm Phoenix.
And I'm Evan.
And we'd like to thank you all for stopping by and nerding out with us. And on today's episode, we're going to be talking the brand new day, Spider-Man, as Jameson would say, bring me Spider-Man. Yeah, we're talking Spider-Man today. So before we get into it, if you haven't seen the movie, please go watch the movie. We'll do a little bit before we get into spoilers, and then we're going to jump into spoilers. So you have been warned. And if you're curious where Dan's at for this episode, he was unfortunately unable to watch the film before the movie started, so he's going to be MIA for this one. But no, he's not gone. He's just going to have to miss this one because I don't want to spoil things for him. It is what it is. So that's your spoiler warning. That's your introduction. So grab your popcorn, grab your beer, grab your soda, and let's get into it. Evan, I fucking loved this movie.
Phoenix. It was very good.
I would have to say, I know we were talking about it, but upon further thought, I gotta say, I think if you remove nostalgia, this might be. See, there he goes. See, I know y'all can see my dog back there. This might be better told than No Way Home.
Yeah, I can agree to that, but golly, when No Way Home hits, that it hit, man.
Oh, it really does. And we were having this back and forth about it on which one. No Way Home hits just right, especially if you put the nostalgia there. But then as I'm watching this and I'm like, they're doing things right. I like seeing what I'm seeing. The suit looked great. The spider was a giant spider, not that little weird beetle thing they had on his chest. Thank God they got rid of that. I hated that look so bad. I know some early comics have it smaller, but I just prefer the bigger Spider-Man logo. Okay, so we'll get into it. I just want to. Before we go piece by piece with this film, did you like that his setup, like how he was? His computer setup, he had the printer, had all like, does that bother you? Does it still feel too Tony Starkish, or does it still feel in line with Peter?
I just wish they explained where he's getting his money from.
I gotta agree with that. I'm like, him putting together computers, not out of the realm of it, but how do you pay for a 3D printer? And a good one.
Anything. He's buying flowers every day.
That too. Every scene he's got flowers and so I'm like, damn, look, I've got passed away family too, but I'm not going every day. Peter, you might need a break, man.
Well, he's been by himself for 4 years.
Which is another thing. They skipped 4 years into the future. I don't even know where the timeline is at with this, but I'm so glad it is 4 years post.
I am very grateful because my biggest concern was, oh, Ned and Zendaya are coming, or MJ are coming right back in when they're supposed to be gone, but they skipped the whole college years and they're back in New York after being at MIT. And like, if they were going to go any direction by bringing them back, I'm glad they went that way.
Yeah.
Because they were easily, not Ned, but more MJ, especially in the last 2 movies. She was the worst part of them for me.
I think that comes down to the fact that, as we pointed out, and my wife has pointed this out too, the chemistry between her and Tom feels really odd in those 3 movies. For them to be such a very confident, compatible couple in real life, their on-screen chemistry as romance characters was weird.
Which is weird because they're married in real life.
I know. This one felt more legitimate, and they were playing characters that aren't in a relationship. And it felt more natural every time they spoke.
Yeah. This has been the movie where they've had the best chemistry by far. It's not even a competition.
By far.
I still think that Peter simped a little bit too hard for MJ in this movie, which is probably my least favorite thing about Tom Holland's character in these movies.
Hey, but don't worry. We're gonna get Black Cat. And we know how Spider-Man is with Black Cat.
No, hopefully, but I doubt it.
No, probably not. Well, no, I mean, we might get Black Cat, but they'll probably, much like the comics.
Yeah, they ain't going to do nothing.
Much like how they do in the comics, Peter just can't seem to detach from that toxic redhead, or at least in this case, just MJ in general. Because, yeah, no, she's toxic. If y'all have never seen the animated films or read the comics, MJ is toxic as fuck. It is bad. So, I liked in the earlier part of as the film. Okay, I'm gonna try not to talk about some of the stuff without getting too much into spoilers real fast. I liked the relationship that he had with the police chief. I felt that was like perfectly balanced. Where this is kind of how it feels like how it would be with Spider-Man in the comics and the cartoons. He actually talks with people. He knows some people, but he's got to pretend, they don't know anything about him. And I liked that. I liked that Tom was using a very heavy New Yorker accent every time he talked. And it just helps sell more. And then I do
if
like...
I didn't know Tom Holland was British, I wouldn't have minded, but I'm like, this is weird.
I mean, maybe, but I don't mind them going so heavy-handed on it because obviously the comics don't have audio, so every time they've made Spider-Man stuff, you have if it's almost always never New Yorkers, which is really funny. I don't know if anyone that's ever voiced Spider-Man in any live action or cartoon has been a natural straight from New Yorker with that thick, heavy New Yorker accent.
Well, the Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield are both British, so it really just leaves Tobey Maguire, which he wasn't.
As I'm saying, yeah. And then in the cartoons, I don't know if there ever was a voice actor that did him that's actually from New York.
I don't think so. I mean, the only ones I really know are the '90s one, Josh Keaton, and Yuri Lowenthal.
Oh yeah,
I'm blanking on his name.
Hey, none. I remember Drake Bell from that one iteration too. But yeah, none of them does like a New Yorker accent. So yeah, him being British, and then they're like, "Hey, well, you need to do like a super heavy New Yorker accent." I'm totally for. Make it over the top. I was digging that. Those scenes where he's walking away, he's like, "Hey, I got it pinned up over there. Hey, check this thing by your head." I'm gonna go bye. I'm like, "This is so Spider-Man." They let him be Spider-Man in this. I actually was so happy to see it. Everything was centered around him. There was no pulling away from it. There was no, hey, this bigger, greater. No, like they were like, nope, we're sticking in New York. We're not doing anything crazy. It is strictly Spider-Man. He's interacting with people. He's doing New Yorker things. I like the little montage of him fighting all the people, all of his villains, or some of his villains. I liked that.
Yeah.
I can't remember who was, I was trying to think. I was going through as we were playing it, and I was like, I know that one. That's the Hand. I know that one. That's Boomerang.
They had the Hand. They had Tarantula, Boomerang, and Tombstone.
Yeah. See, I thought that was Tombstone too. I was like, is that Tombstone, or am I thinking of someone else? I'm like, no, that's Tombstone.
No, it's Tombstone.
I was like, oh, what's the one with the blade as skates? I always forget this one. I've seen it before.
The what?
There was a villain where he's actually dodging out of the way, and the guy's cutting through that water tank with blades on his feet. And I cannot remember the name of that one to save my life. I can't remember his name. I'll think of it here in a minute, or I'll post it. But biggest thing that Tom's movies were holding himself back on in terms of him being Spider-Man was they were never letting him really be a Spider-Man. Everything that makes Spider-Man Spider-Man, they were never letting him do that. And my wife, who's watched all of Tom's films now, is still sitting there going, I just don't see how he's the hero that basically takes the mantle up for Tony Stark and Captain America in the comics. Because she's like, you've told me this. And I go, yeah, I have. I go, there's a whole scene where Cap just praises Spider-Man for being the true hero that they should all strive to be. And she's like, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of been the biggest problem with all the Spider-Man movies, but especially Tom's. And I'm like, the biggest problem is they've kept Tom in high school for the entire 3 films. They finally...
Well, that, and he's had other people carry his movies, like Iron Man, Nick Fury, Doctor Strange. While they do have cameos in this movie, or people outside the Spider-Man movies that show up, like the Hulk and the Punisher, they don't take away too much. Like the Punisher's in it a decent amount,
Oh
and
yeah,
the quote unquote main villain,
and
she
we'll get to spoilers, and we'll say that in a minute.
yeah,
Uh,
they don't take, like, you can still call this a taking away the Hulk and the Punisher and Yelena, they does not it doesn't feel like they carried the movies like the past three did in the home trilogy, if you know what I mean.
no, they didn't. They were. It was like it really was, because I was watching Team Four Star talk about this earlier. It was like kind of how Laney pointed out. It's like you pick up a comic and you start reading, and you know you're reading about Spider-Man, but through this comic run, you may have another hero pop in, maybe have some scenes with him, and then they're gone again. That it felt like that's what they were doing here. They're like, hey, he's going to interact with people. There are other heroes that live and mingle in New York. It's impossible to not run into them, but they're not the focus. And I think Punisher was the exact amount of uh, time on screen. He didn't overtake any of the scenes. He blended perfectly with it. Their dynamic was great. Constant going, and it finally felt like Tom was really embracing. I never hated Tom as Spider-Man, but the one thing I was like, none of them have really matched the way Andrew played Spider-Man, with the wittiness, the back and forth, the constantly back talking people. That's just how he rolls. Because Spider-Man is intelligent, so he loves to shit talk people too, as Spider-Man. And he was
Yeah.
giving Frank a lot of shit in this movie at every chance he got. And you need that from Spider-Man. I'm like, oh man, I'm like, y'all were hitting it. Y'all were hitting it with this movie. He's acting exactly how I would want Spider-Man to act. Like they were doing
Yeah,
everything
he
right
did.
for me in this. And Frank was great in it, which that's
Uh
not really a spoiler. I loved Punisher in this.
if
He
it's in
was
the trailers, I don't really consider it a spoiler.
that he was in the trailers. Um,
Yeah, him and the Hulk.
Hulk was in the trailers. It was brief, but it was there. The only thing, I guess, and I'll save that for spoilers. Um, honestly, my biggest props to this film was the fact that they finally, honestly, for the first time since really the Toby movies, because Toby had two movies where he was an adult. Andrew basically had one where he was in his adult, and now finally this one. People, if you know nothing about Spider-Man and you're always curious about how he's so popular, where are a lot of these stories that people talk about, how come we never see them in movies or stuff like that, 90% of Spider-Man's story takes place when he is past college age or about like 22 and up. Like a year or
Yeah.
two into college and up. That is the chunk of Spider-Man stories. Him as a teenager was like 2 runs, 3 comic run, no, like 3, I don't want to say runs, that's the wrong word. 3 issues, I think, in his original publication, and then he was an adult for the rest of the time. And most time when they redo his stuff or create a new version, his high school time's like 1 or 2 issues just to get you back going with this new reality, and then it's straight into adulthood. Tom needed that. He needed to be adult Spider-Man. And they did it. They did it. And I like the scene in the bathhouse, which was, basically the mask and the underwear. I'm like, that's some PS4. I know tons of people loved using that PS4 scan. I know people loved referencing that from the comics. There was just a lot of good things they did just right in this film. I really liked this film.
No, it was really good.
And before we move in, so we can finally get into spoilers. I know there's a good chunk of that I really want to talk about. I would say this is the best Spider-Man movie of Tom's.
Like out of all of them, or of Tom?
Of Tom's. Of Tom's. In terms of movies, if you were to put all the actors together, Toby's probably he's got at least 2 out of 3 that are really good movies, and then Andrew's got like 1 good movie, and then Tom's got 2. So him and Toby are the same, but I think
Homecoming's not bad.
I mean, it's not bad. I would still probably put Spider-Man 1 and 2 above it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, I don't think Spider-Man 3 is a bad movie either.
It's not terrible, but it's not great if you compare it to the other two Tobey movies that he was in. I think that's what hurt that
It's a
movie the
good
most.
watch though. I
It's a
don't get
decent watch.
bored like I do uh with Amazing Spider-Man 2, and I just I can't go back to Far From Home from anymore. That movie has aged so badly. I know it's only been like, oh Jesus Christ, that movie came out in 2019.
Almost 10 years, yeah.
7 years, but that movie has not aged well at all.
I it's not great, and it sucks because it introduces and kills off one of Spider-Man's most unique villains, and that just pissed me off.
Hmm.
I'm like, we're just gonna kill fucking Mysterio? Fucking goddamn it! I'd understand if it was like his last film, but Mysterio is. We were talking about it. Mysterio is one of those villains that he's not Doc Ock or Goblin level of villains, but he's on the same lower level as like Scorpion, Rhino, and himself in terms of if shit's going down, it's probably going to be Doc Ock, Goblin, or Venom. And then if it's not quite that crazy, it's one step lower.
Yeah, like the Lizard.
And the Lizard, like, and then they just say, no, here's Mysterio, a really cool character, well, not really magic, but like illusions and shit. And he does a good job at really messing with Spider-Man. No, we're going to kill him. The Weakest Tom movie kills off one of the most unique, fun villains he's got.
As you do. Well, that also might be because of who they got to play him. They can't keep him around
Not
for 10 movies.
As a fan, not our problem. Figure it the fuck out, Disney. You can't cast someone that big to play a character that. Look, Spider-Man has recurring villains a lot, and it's like a crux of like 7 to 8 of them. Stop killing them off. You want to kill off fucking Boomerang and fucking Shocker? Be my guest. Kill them off. Be my guest. But you can't. That's like killing off Vulture. No. You can't kill off Vulture. He's a recurring one that's a pain in the ass. You can't kill. But no, let's kill off Mysterio. That still pisses me off. But yeah, this is the best Tom one. Absolutely. Look, nostalgia aside, this is the best Tom one. Play Spider-Man correctly.
I still give it to No Way Home, but I'm not gonna disagree or like fight you on you thinking this is the best one.
Nostalgia is getting you.
It was real. It's like my cocaine, man. You tickle my nostalgia bone. I'm on like a dopamine high.
No Way Home is fantastic. It does the nostalgia really well. It was great to see Toby and Andrew come back. Those two guys honestly felt like they haven't missed a beat in the 20-25 years since they played these characters. It's hard to beat that nostalgia factor. But if I had to really think about it, story-wise, writing-wise, this movie did great without having to hit nostalgia.
That is true.
For me, I think I could give this movie maybe. I'm trying to think if there's. I don't want to say it's perfect because I'm sure if I go back and rewatch it, it's been like 2 days. I could probably find something that really, really fucking annoyed me. I'm gonna give it a 9. I don't think it could be perfect. It's not gonna be perfect, but at least a 9. At least a 9.
Oh no, there's some things in this movie that really piss me off.
Oh, we'll get into those. Those are all spoilers. That's why I didn't want to like. That's why I wanted to try to get it out before we get to spoilers.
But I will say, like, this is only the second movie of Phase 6, and they've knocked it out of the park with both of them. This and Fantastic Four. I still think I like this movie a little bit more than Fantastic Four, but
I do.
They were
like
both really good movies. Yeah.
Yeah. My wife can't get into Fantastic Four. It sucks. I really like that movie. She just can't get into it. I'm like, But I know she'd like this one. I know she will. But like I said, it's a 9 for me. I will need to rewatch it for sure, but it for me right now, it's a 9. They do a lot right that I wanted them to get right for him.
Let's get into these spoilers, Phoenix.
What would you rate it? What did you rate it before we move into spoilers?
Probably an 8.5.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
It's good, but it's not perfect, like you said.
No,
but like the stuff that pissed me off in this movie really pissed me off.
Well, let's get into it, guys. If you want to click away before we get into spoilers, there's your chance. I think with the movie, go watch the movie. If you haven't watched it and you said to watch this, go watch the movie. It is the best one, in my opinion, out of Tom's stuff. It's worth it. MCU kind of, I guess, figured it fuck out by the time I got back to Phase 6. It's good. Go watch it. Now.
So, Phoenix, the biggest question going into this movie was who the heck was Sadie Sink gonna play this whole time? And you know, as an average, like, I don't read comics, but I'm familiar.
Mm.
You're bringing in this actress off of Stranger Things. You're like, oh yeah, you're not gonna believe who she's playing. There are only 2 iconic Marvel redheads that come to mind.
Yeah.
And they already cast Zendaya as one of them. So who the heck is Sadie Sink playing, Phoenix?
For those that somehow just couldn't figure it out, she is the MCU's Jean Grey. That's right. We got the mutants officially in fucking Marvel now. I know they've kind of teased
an
it.
Actual new X-Men, mutant. Not like Hugh Jackman or anybody else coming back, and not stupid Miss Marvel or whoever the fuck from She-Hulk.
This is an official, brand new cast to the mutant characters. And I am looking forward, as I said, I am looking forward to see who they bring in as the characters. And I know Secret Wars and Doomsday's coming. We're going to see all the old heads come back. Of course. But since they introduced Jean Grey here before getting to Doomsday or Secret Wars, I wonder how they're going to work in mutants not fucking appearing until now. Which I always liked the theory that it was Thanos' snap that caused it. That works. I'm kind of cool with that. Because, it snapped and the people that survived got altered through the fucking gamma, DBD, but all that shit. I'm cool with that, but...
I think what they're doing is they're going to reboot the whole universe, and then the mutants will just have been there the whole time.
I mean, they'll probably do that too. But yeah, you're right. They cast her. She's naturally redhead. If you know anything about Marvel, Marvel is not littered with redheads. There are very few redheads, and only really 2 that are going to be important enough to get a decent casting to play Spider-Man. I know some people didn't figure it out, and I think that's great that they didn't do anything to spoil exactly who she was for those that don't really know Marvel. If you've only ever watched the movies, I think Marvel did a great job at not giving it away for people who don't know. For those that watch cartoons, watch Marvel stuff, those that read comics, we pretty much had a fucking idea.
Well, actually, there was a 3rd redhead, but she's also been cast, and that was Black Widow.
That's true, yeah. Hey, she could have been a brand new Black Widow for all we fucking knew. I had a feeling, and I did like that they didn't actually have her as she's doing her jumping thing through all these different people, which is another thing. Some people were kind of shocked that Jean Grey is doing this weird. She's a fucking telepath near the level of Charles without training. Yes, she can do this shit.
Yeah, she's an Omega level mutant.
like she's better at it than Charles. He just has longer at doing it. And she's clearly, 20, 22-year-old Jean Grey. So she's a little rough around the edges.
You think she's that old? You think she probably is, but just the actress does not. I know she's like way younger than like Tom and Zendaya and all, because Tom Holland's my age. He's 30.
Yeah. I mean,
Sadie Sink, I think, is in her early 20s.
She is, because I know when we talked Stranger Things, I looked it up. Because I know we joked when we made that episode that her being in Spider-Man, who could she play? And of course, all people were like, well, maybe they're introducing actual Mary Jane. And I was like, she ain't got a thick enough ass. And then I had to counter with, she's an adult, I can say that, before people got fucking weird with me.
Oh, did you get as much flack like you did when you said Brooke shouldn't be black?
I still have not gotten as much flack as I got for that one. Fucking hell. she in the movie, I did like how they kept her hidden and you didn't hear her voice. It was always through other people for the longest time. So I was like, okay, they haven't revealed Sadie Sink. They don't know who this villain is. I was kind of thinking like, is this going to be like a villain from someone else's rogue galleries that is getting drawn in because of Spider-Man? Or is this like a brand new one they wanted to introduce that didn't get a lot of attention on the comics? I was interested, right? Because it was doing like the psychic possession type of thing. And I was like, okay, I'm cool. Maybe some supernatural element of like a being that can actually jump between people. I was like, all right. And then as soon as they drove off in that scene after the whole situation with MJ and you see the face pop up, I'm like, I know who the fuck she is. I know where this was going.
Well, you could tell because she was like inhabiting other people's bodies. So
Yeah.
it's like, oh, she's a telepath.
But no, I was just kind of, it was one of those situations where it's like, I was kind of hoping it would have been something that I wasn't expecting. I was pretty sure I'm like, yeah, we're probably dealing with a psychic or a telepath or something. And then as soon as they showed her, I'm like, yeah, that's Jean Grey. Yep, that's Jean Grey. And then they did the big reveal, Jean Grey. I'm like, no shit. At this point, if you hadn't figured it out, the only way you don't know is if you don't know anything about Marvel. But I think she did great. I think she's a great cast for Jean Grey, especially this young.
Oh yeah, she's pretty much perfect. But my problem was how they handled her character, because I feel like because Sadie Sink was playing her, they said, "Oh, we gotta make Jean more like Max from Stranger Things." So they made Jean this like orphan kid who came up from hard times, and like her parents abandoned him and everything, and she's like tomboyish, and I'm like, this is not Jean Grey at all.
No,
Jean Grey
it's not.
She came from a very privileged upbringing. In the comics, Charles Xavier would go to her house by her parents' request to help her control her powers, and that there was a point where Charles was like, "Hey, I can't be doing this all the time. She's probably better off come and stay at the school."
Yep.
And then that's how, and that's history. But I do like how they adapted her powers in this movie, especially when she awakened them.
Oh yeah, no, that whole scene where she just flips the switch, that force field, which this whole time I'm kind of sitting there. I don't know why my brain would always be racked with it when Charles would do this shit, and I guess it's because there wasn't this weird visual that showed you. So I'm like, how the fuck is Charles actually making it seem like time has stopped? Like, what's he actually fucking doing? Because that's a lot of people to just freeze. And then it made sense when they kind of showed it this way. It's like she is reaching out with her mind and type of thing, but they kind of gave it a visual. I'm like, thank you. I don't know why I never like.
Yeah.
It was never like, I don't think Charles could do this because obviously he can, but I was like, there was never like a visual associated with it. So I'm like, what is he fucking actually doing? Because he's stopping massive portions of people just frozen. I'm like, what are you fucking doing to these people? And this was like, well, she kind of sounds like a psychic shockwave that pretty much possessively controls everyone. I'm like, fucking thank you. I needed that. I did need that. That was actually a great way. That scene, oh man, through the whole movie, the whole scene where they keep bringing up VMAX, 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 and then the end you find out there's nothing VMAX. She literally was looking up at the vent before she died, and she sent out that telepathic message. And it's just there was only she could see. That was like, oh damn! Like as soon as I saw her, like
I literally went like, oh no. When I saw the vent and it said VMAX, I'm like, oh no.
Yes, I felt the same way. I was sitting there, I'm like, oh, she dead. She dead. She dead.
Well, you and I both know that even though she had this massive awakening, this is only just the beginning
Uh-huh.
because she is nowhere near as powerful as she can be.
No, and for the love of God, Marvel, do not rush into the fucking Phoenix storyline.
No, please.
God, do not do that. That was the one thing I hated when they did those in between movies where they were younger and they're like, oh, she's had it in her since she was birthed. No, no, it's a cosmic entity that comes in contact with her in space. It's not an innate inner fucking thing. It is a fucking celestial being, basically. Don't do this shit and don't rush it. Fuck no. Please
Well,
don't
I feel
rush
like
this.
in when she awakened her powers, it was like, oh, this is the Omega level mutant gene. But then
Yeah,
later on, we're gonna get the Phoenix and Dark Phoenix, where she's gonna be broken as all hell.
yeah, and it's fine. Just don't rush it. Let her be Jean Grey with Cyclops with the X-Men for movies. Don't even let the Phoenix be something that forces the X-Men into space. After you've done like I don't know, like maybe four X-Men movies with her, or at least three, four.
Take out Magneto, take out the Sentinels, Mister Sinister, Apocalypse, maybe, and then get to the Phoenix.
Yeah, because the Phoenix becomes in and of itself its own villain because it's so powerful and it just corrupts her. So it can be its own movie,
Yeah.
and we've seen them do it. So we don't need to get to Dark Phoenix. Right? Any of you, for those of you that actually know anything about the Dark Phoenix stuff, do not tell fucking Marvel to rush that shit. Please don't. They have messed
It
up the
would
Dark
be the
Phoenix.
third time has to be the charm.
Fuck, if it took Tom 3 movies to get a good fucking movie of Spider-Man, third time overall
Hey,
doing Jean
hey.
Grey. Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
you're saying he got it right on the third
Yeah,
one.
he got it right
He
really with his third movie. The movies aspect. He
man,
was
Homecoming was really not. You're really hating on Homecoming, and that's not a bad movie.
he's Tom has never been the issue with any of his movies, in my opinion. I think they've just like Far From Home was just weak writing. Homecoming was a decent movie that's not as bad as everyone thinks. But I'm just tired of the high school aspect. I was just fucking annoyed with it. And I think we relied too
Oh
much
yeah,
on Tony being a part of this fucking movie. And then, because like some of the best stuff in Homecoming is at the end when he no longer has the Tony suit for that time being. Some of the best shit in that whole movie. And then the third one, I mean, yeah, he still got the fucking suit, but that's just a fun fucking movie. I'm not hating
yeah.
on Tom. I'm just saying it really did take for them to get to that third movie to where they're like, we've fucking nailed it. And then this one was just even more now. Whoever directed this, leave them in charge of writing Spider-Man movies because
I
this shit
think
was
it
good as
was the
shit.
guy who directed Shang-Chi. He did
Was
this
it?
movie.
Oh, see,
Yeah,
I like Shang-Chi. It could have been better, but I really like Shang-Chi. So if it's the same dude, let him keep doing Spider-Man shit because he writes a good Spider-Man movie. Or whoever the writers were for this movie, let them write for Spider-Man because someone in there figured it the fuck out.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, that was the spoilers for fucking Jean Grey. If you didn't know, yeah, Jean Grey's in this. We're getting fucking mutants. We're finally getting fucking mutants. I'm so excited for this
The real
because
mutants,
the
not this
real mutants.
asshole mutant.
No, because the
Yeah.
whole time I've been debating. I know people have been asking, like, how are they going to do mutants? And what the part that pissed me the fuck off the most before we talk about some of the other stuff in this movie, that people got mad after we moved past the Avengers saga and they were building up with like the multiverse and all this shit. And it's like Disney should have just ended the MCU right here. How can they do this? How are they going to get any better? I'm like, do you motherfuckers not know who they have in their pocket in terms of characters who can carry?
They have literally Wolverine.
I remember talking to someone, I think it was probably 2020, maybe 2021, where they're asking this question. Actually, it was. I was at one of my former jobs and they were asking this question. How can the MCU get better after the greatness that was the Avenger saga? And I go, because they have Spider-Man, X-Men, and the Fantastic Four. And they looked at me and they're like, well, we know about Spider-Man, a little bit about X-Men, but like those X-Men movies, I'm like, no. Those movies are fine. But Marvel's
Oh,
biggest,
but they
yeah, the
literally
Fox
have
ones.
two 10 out of 10 superhero movies though
I mean, they do.
from Fox.
They have some good shit, but I was
Logan
like,
and Days of Future Past, those are perfect movies.
those are fucking great. Those are genuinely fucking great. And I was telling them, like, look, while Fox has not super nailed their X-Men, the Fantastic Four, and Spider-Man have carried Marvel as a franchise. These are the most popular
And the Hulk.
people, and I mean the Hulk, but I like Hulk not being like, I kind of like the Hulk being like, it's the Hulk. It's like he's like his own fucking thing.
Yeah.
But it was like X-Men and Fantastic Four are like the most popular team up teams for all of Marvel, and the Spider-Man is just truly the face of Marvel. That's who Disney has to put on the backs and carry the movie franchise forward. This shit's gonna get good if they do it just right. I was like, y'all just wait. I was like, y'all just. The Avengers is great shit, and I think Disney starting with the Avengers was the right call, especially because of the legal reasons. But now,
Well, yeah, they they didn't have a choice.
they
The big franchises they couldn't use.
yeah, they had all those legal reasons. They couldn't use X-Men. They couldn't use Fantastic Four. They could writing legal issues. But now they have access for their X-Men, for their Fantastic Four, I mean, they've had Spider-Man, but I think they got a little bit more legal rights to Spider-Man now. I don't know. Sony's being a bitch.
Fuck
Bro,
Sony.
yeah. Well, that's a whole other fucking thing. So, guys, Marvel has movie rights now to Marvel's biggest sellers for the franchise as a whole. We're going to get good shit, and X-Men is some good shit when done right. And you have Spider-Man. We're in good hands if they don't fuck it up. All right. If you love Avengers stuff, you're gonna love X-Men stuff. You're gonna love Spider-Man stuff. You're gonna love Fantastic Four shit. It's gonna be great. We got fucking mutants finally, and I so look forward to who they're gonna cast for certain characters. I hope we get with X-Men 97 coming back and doing so good. I really, really cannot wait for like the live action versions. Not that I prefer, I prefer animation, but it gives me hope because they've nailed the 97 X-Men animations with the character descriptions, with the character writing, and the character portrayals in that cartoon. I have hope. I have hope that the live actions are going to carry that through, and we're going to get good live action X-Men, like all the way through. I'm excited. Jean Grey being introduced has made me really excited because I'm like, oh man, we're going to get Wolverine soon. We're going to get X-Men soon. Gonna get Sky, Magneto. Oh my god, it's gonna be some good shit. I will say trying to do the Magneto stuff without the Holocaust is kind of hard, but fuck it, we'll figure something out.
They're probably just gonna explain that his powers make him age really slow.
I'll work with that because if you get the right Magneto,
you can't have him not be a part, like that can't not be a part of his backstory.
Yeah. I've seen some people try to say that maybe they'll just readjust it for like maybe later segregation issues. And I'm like, I mean, Magneto needs that conflict with people, but I don't know how anything really can be a proper substitute for being a Jew in the Holocaust, being rounded up like that. I just don't know what you could do a proper. I think they may genuinely have to go with some type of he de-aged himself through his magnetism or froze himself or some shit. I don't know.
Well, in X-Men 97, they pulled the bullshit that is he's got such a super perfected magnetic field around his body that Rogue can touch him and it won't do anything to him.
That's true. They did go with that route. You know what they could do? I'm losing topic on Spider-Man here. Do you know what they could do? They could have Dr. Doom have actually captured Magneto, maybe from a different universe or maybe from our own universe. Actually, I wouldn't mind it if they did something where this Dr. Doom has been to the main MCU universe, but it was around World War I, like kind of during the era of, or not World War I, World War II with Captain America. and he comes across Magneto and he takes him. And then he just kept him frozen until he needs it. He's like, this kid's going to be something fucking special. Wouldn't mind that. Because that's still some Doctor Doom shit, too. I don't know if that's what they're going to do. But that'd be kind of fucking cool if they did with that. But bringing it back to Spider-Man. You know what I wish? Man, I wish they... I know they weren't going to. But I really, really wish that the scene where he's fighting the Hulk in the tower, I really wish there would have been this moment where we would have had, like from the comics, where Peter's forgotten by the world in the comics too, but he's talking to the Hulk and the Hulk goes, I know who you are. You're Peter Parker. Hulk didn't forget Peter.
Yeah.
Because him and Banner are different. I wanted that scene, but thinking back on it, I'm like, I don't think the Hulk has ever actually met Spider-Man or Peter Parker in this fucking universe. The Hulk.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think he has, and it sucked because that's such.
Because he didn't show up when they were fighting Ebony Maw and all them in Infinity War.
Nope, he wouldn't show up for that.
He wouldn't come out because he got clapped by Thanos before that. I mean,
that's what I was hoping too. Like after they did this and they showed this movie's gonna have the Hulk, I'm like, oh my god, we're gonna have this moment where Peter, down on his ass, being like, fuck, nobody remembers me. I'm completely forgotten, blah, blah, blah. And he's sitting there with the Hulk for some reason. And the Hulk goes, no, I remember who you are. I know who you are. You're Peter Parker. I know who you are. Hulk didn't fucking forget. I wanted that so bad, but thinking on it, like, there was no way. Because the Hulk's never met either one of them. I mean, Professor Hulk, the only thing that would have worked is if when he was Professor Hulk, somewhere in there, I feel like, I don't think they showed it, but I feel like Bruce might have known Peter because all his dealings with Tony and when they were Professor Hulk, they might have had that interaction where they would have known, especially like the team ups type of thing. At some point, I was hoping that maybe Bruce would have remembered internally and then became Professor Hulk. And then when they split again, and he suppressed the Hulk remembered because the Hulk didn't get affected. That's what I was fucking hoping. The stuff with the Hulk was great, though.
Yeah.
Everything with the Hulk...
it really was. He didn't take up too much screen time. He contributed to the plot with the whole inhibitor thing.
Yep.
And then he had a badass fight.
Great fucking fight. I do. I was wondering what they were going to do with, like, in that final moments where he's sliding down the building. I was like, I wonder if they're going to do something with the Hulk here in a different way. I don't know what I was thinking, but I was like, wonder if they're going to, oh no, he's just going to fall.
They just locked Bruce Banner back up in a psych ward.
I was like, yep, there they go. But this is set after, this is the funny thing. This is set after, all the events of the newest Captain America, Brand New Day, Brand New World.
Yeah.
Brave New World. So after the whole shit with Thaddeus and Red Hulk, now I wonder what they're going to do because the Hulk did rampage here. So I wonder what they're like. I wonder what they're going to do with that leading forward.
Well, they're not going to lock him up like they did with Ross.
I don't know. The Hulk did fuck up a good chunk of that building. And people are already scared of the Hulk. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Trying to do all the spoilers at this point. We talked about Frank a little bit. Oh, I do want to point this out because I had to learn about it. For anyone that's questioning that whole argument between Spider-Man and the Punisher, where they're like, they keep bringing up Staten Island, that's just an inside joke between the characters. It's like Black Widow and Hawkeye referencing things that we've never seen.
Like the Budapest or whatever.
Yes, like the Budapest. That's all that is. I had to look into it because I'm like, I wonder if that's part of like, maybe like some Punisher stuff that I missed. And no. It's just like an inside joke between the characters, much like Hawkeye and Black Widow. So I wanted to talk about it because I found that out. And I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, nobody think too hard on that. It's just a joke for the characters. Everything with let's talk about MJ and all their interactions.
Oh boy.
As we said earlier, their chemistry in this one was better as not a couple versus their chemistry as a couple in the other three. What the fuck? How do y'all manage? How do y'all seem more in tune with each other as? How do y'all seem more connected as characters when you're not playing a couple than when you were playing the couple and you're actually married in real life? How do you pull that off? I know you're acting, but still.
Yeah.
What did you think of that scene on the rooftop? Because honestly, I thought that was the part when you told me before I started watching the movie, and you're like, there were some scenes that pissed me off, and I saw that scene, and it was playing out, and I'm like, ooh, this is the part that pissed him off. This is it right here, because they make it seem like,
no.
yeah,
It
they
was.
make it seem like she's starting to put pieces together and kind of remember things, and then they kiss, and it's like, oh my god, I'm like, that's the part that pissed him off right there. That's what
Oh,
it
when
is.
she kissed him, I'm like, nope, that's Jean. That's Jean.
My brain was like, that's the part pissed him off. They broke the spell with the fucking kiss. Oh my god! And I'm watching, and I'm like, they better fucking not. They better not commit to this. They better fucking not commit to this shit. I'm gonna be annoyed if they did too. And then it's like, yeah, hold her, Peter. And I'm like, oh, they didn't. It was all a trick. Thank you. They all didn't pull the fucking kiss, save the fucking thing bullshit. I was glad they didn't do that. I was fine with like beforehand when she was like, when she was talking, she's like, Ned's putting together all this stuff, all those times that you saved here and saved us, and he thinks it might be someone tied to the class because there's always happens to be everywhere that we were. I was kind of fine with her putting that together, that he actually knew them from all the way back there, like someone that they're overlooking from the class, obviously because Peter's supposed to basically not be existent to them. I was okay with that at first. I was okay with them. I was okay with them hinting that she would be kind of piecing it together the way Ned was. I was okay with that. And then they were like, let's kiss. And I was like, don't you fucking dare. Don't you fucking dare. And then
when they kissed, I knew right off the bat. I'm like, nope, that's Jean.
I was
You're a sick fuck, Jean, but that's Jean.
Yeah, I was hoping that they wouldn't have done it. And then she starts talking, and I was like, oh, thank God they didn't do the whole true love's kiss crap. I was really fucking glad they didn't do that. Oh, but that was such a good scene too. That was such a good scene because he's all fucking broken. He's like, I'm so happy. And then she's like, go ahead. How's it feel? How's it feel to hold her again? Just fucking with the boy. You know what I thought they were going to do though? When he had her by the throat, or not the throat, but like when he was holding her up and he was like, let her go. I thought Jean was going to go, okay, and release her while he's holding her over the fucking,
yeah.
I thought they were going to do that. And I was like, oh, they're going to make her really pissed off at him now. Ooh, I was like, ooh, this is going to be like a great dynamic moving forward. I was like, make her pissed off at him. And he's got to come out somehow convince her that, yeah, I took you away to save you, but then I also fucking killed you and you don't remember shit. Oh shit. Yeah. Fuck it. Fuck it. It worked. Man. The scene worked, but it was really good scene for that setup. I'm glad they didn't go with the whole true love's kiss and shit. I was gonna be so fucking annoyed with that. You know what? The other thing,
it didn't work on MJ, but it worked on Ned.
It worked on Ned,
but
oh, we'll talk about that too because people have been going back and forth with that one. You know what I noticed in this? The way, or I do want to talk about his with the Rechnid DNA taking over. We joked in the last episode we did together that it seems like they're hinting at probably fucking some type of Venom shit with the eyes and the aggression and all that shit. Very, very Venom stuff, right? So I was like, I was actually happily surprised. And I know we joked because we were talking about, talk about Spider-Man Noir. And I joked that we have Man Spider technically in Spider Noir. we're gonna get fucking Man Spider in Spider-Man No Way Home unless it's Venom, and they totally went the Man Spider route, just not committing to the bit. They didn't fully commit to making him
half-assed
like
it. They didn't want him popping out of and being a big giant spider guy. No, they just gave him some creepy black eyes and organic webs that kick back like when you haven't played for yourself for like
yes
2 weeks.
And then you commit to the fucking end, and apparently he's going to be having organic webs moving forward. I don't necessarily hate it, but I've always just enjoyed the fact that Spider-Man's webs aren't naturally organic, and so he has to think on the fly for a lot of shit. I don't mind the organic webs. I'm cool with it if this is the direction they move forward. I was really hoping when the shit started, the fucking webbing, the eyes, I was like, please grow some fucking like man. Have a scene or something where he grows an extra fucking limb, or he gets like giant mandibles that grow out of his mouth. Something. And they didn't commit to the fucking bit. I was so looking for like 90s. I wanted the 90s version, honestly.
Well, and they had the Punisher who fought the Man Spider in the 90s show.
I know. And they didn't do it. They didn't even have him fight Spider-Man at all. And he's literally the one that fights. No,
he shot him.
Well, I mean, he did shoot him, but honestly, that one kind of, I was talking to you about that too. God damn. I can't believe they didn't commit to the Man Spider bit. You did like a little bit of it. You have the Punisher. You have the whole set of the 90s versions right there. Just fucking commit to it. But nope. Oh, you get some black eyes. You son of a bitch.
Yes, weird. I don't like the black eyes.
I get it. I get it that spiders have big, beady, solid black eyes, but I really did want the 90s Man Spider fucking route. I what I wanted. I was actually kind of cool with the idea of this, if Spider-Man being his own fucking villain in the movie. I would have been cool with that.
He beat the shit out of Scorpion after he first
I thought he was going to kill him.
Started going full Man Spider.
Yeah, I thought he was going to kill him. I was like, oh, we're going to get Spider-Man death. He loses himself to it. He's going to get Spider-Man death. No, nobody else. Oh, fuck. Motherfucker. There was like so many things in this that they were like, that they like teased us. For those of us that have like watched the 90s and the early 2000 cartoons and comics, they definitely were teasing us about some shit, and I'm just annoyed that they didn't commit to the fucking bit. I love the Punisher in this, but I kind of wanted to see him do a little bit more. Y'all were just right fucking there. And y'all should have just committed to the bit.
You wanted to see him do more punishing.
I kind of did. Besides, I wanted that. Look, a fight between Peter, Spider-Man, and the Punisher, with he's kind of Man Spider-ish, would have been fucking cool. And a movie where Spider-Man is truly his own villain would have been cool, because it's been the first time they'd done that. They haven't done that in any film. He's always had his villain, but Peter becoming the fucking problem would have been cool. I'm not saying remove Jean Grey. I like the Jean Grey aspect, but good decision. But I kind of like the idea of Spider-Man being his own villain in his own movie because of the DNA aspect and him becoming a giant fucking spider. It would have been cool. Just saying. And also, I think we're gonna get Doc Ock. I really do, because his little inhibitor chip that he keep making for himself, it's shaped and designed just like the inhibitor chip that they used in Tobey's one with Doc. It looks almost the exact fucking same. And that's where I was like, they're going to do Doc Ock after this, because he has an inhibitor chip for the fucking arms that he loses, and it fuses with the back of his head. They're so going to fucking do this.
And he goes crazy.
He's going to go crazy. I think we're going to get Doc at some point, because I know we were talking about who they're going to have take up the mantle as this villain moving forward. Look,
I think there's really only two options. Venom is obviously one of them. They teased him at the end of No Way Home.
Yep.
And they're doing Secret Wars, and what happens to Spider-Man on Battle World? He gets the black suit and he does the Venom thing. And then hopefully Kingpin. I think Spider-Man versus Wilson Fisk movie would be really, really good. I know he's more of a Daredevil villain now, but he started as a Spider-Man villain, and in the '90s show, Kingpin was all over that show.
Oh yeah, he was. He's all. You know which route they could do if they go with the Pink Kingpin route? Go with the route that never leads to the comics, where Peter confronts him in jail. I know
Yeah.
Aunt May's dead, but just substitute the Aunt May for someone that means a lot to him. Have that whole moment. I'm not saying do it in the next one, but maybe after a film or two with Wilson Fisk being the bad guy, have that scene where he's in prison and have him almost kill someone. That means a lot to Peter. And have Peter show up in jail as Spider-Man, because with fucking spoilers, in the comics, he shows up in jail and Fisk like taunts him because he's like, Spider-Man won't kill. And he takes everything off. He goes, Peter will. And he beats the shit out of fucking Kingpin in front of the whole prison. And then threatening that if my aunt dies, I will fill your lungs up with web fluid and watch you suffocate to death slowly. I mean, we won't get the Aunt May version,
Yeah.
but we'll get something like that. And I think that'd be really cool if we go with the Kingpin route. I guess you could do a movie with Tombstone. It's not a bad choice. He's not a bad choice. Venom's coming because Secret Wars is coming. The fucking post-credit scene hinted at that. Duh. I had people in the theater that didn't know what that meant. That was so funny. That
With the post-credit scene?
Yeah. And it was like,
he's on Battle World.
Yeah. Maybe they haven't been paying attention or maybe they just forgot, but I'm like, dude, they've told you Doomsday and Secret War is coming. Like, they've told us it's coming.
They just said he will return, but Tom Holland is not in Doomsday.
No, but he's in Secret War.
Yeah.
He's absolutely that. That was the biggest clue that he's coming back for Secret War. So as soon as that happened, I'm like, oh, let's talk about Secret War right there. He's in space. He will return. Venom. I was like, they're going full Venom at this point. We're getting the black symbiote suit. We're going to get Venom, which is cool. I'm down for it. Get an actual angry Venom for once, not anti-hero Venom. I like the Tom Hardy shit, but I want Venom to be a fucking pain in the ass for a while. So I look forward to that.
Yeah, make him a bad guy.
Make him a bad guy. You can make him a bad guy for a little while, okay? We don't have to do Agent Venom shit. You can make him bad Venom that's tied to Eddie Brock.
No, Agent Venom, like we were talking about, Agent Venom needs to be like, once they're done with Peter, once they're done with, if they do Miles, give Miles a trilogy, then you can recast Flash for the love of God. And thank God he was not in this movie.
Oh, yes.
I hate this version of Flash Thompson. But bring in Flash as a new actor and have Agent Venom take on a trilogy. You can fight Carnage and Null and all the symbiote people.
Introduced through the Miles stuff if they do, because eventually they're going to have to go this way. Because eventually you got to introduce Miles. But you got Venom. Let Venom be a bad guy. You got Fisk. Fisk is a very solid villain for Spider-Man. Tombstone can play a fucking role. Do something with Scorpion, for fuck's sake. Him being this middleman is kind of annoying me. Let him be a fucking problem for once. Honestly, I think I said it yesterday. Let Fisk in the next couple of movies be the problem, but let him use other Spider-Man villains to do shit. Let him work with Scorpion. Reintroduce Vulture. Give him a fucking proper suit. Utilize Tombstone. You just showed him utilize him. Introduce Rhino. Kraven's not a bad choice. You know, they could recast Kraven for an MCU version. I wouldn't mind a Kraven setup either.
Kraven's got to be in a Peter movie, though. He can't be no Miles.
No, he's got to be a Peter.
He's all about Peter.
Yeah, do Kraven. I think an actual Hunter Kraven would be a really fun story. But I don't know how many movies Tom's got left in him, which he's only 30, and he could be a Hugh Jackman, play that
He's
bitch.
Probably doing Secret Wars, and he may do 2 more movies, and at the end of the last one, he's like, all right, Miles, I'm done. I
swear to God, I thought they were about to do this in this film when they shot him. Punisher shoots him. Not on purpose, by the way, for those that are like, what the fuck? I already said spoilers. Punisher shoots him, but he was actually aiming at Jan. And Peter caught it, saw it coming, turned her, shot her. I almost thought they were going to do it. I thought, for some reason, I don't know why, I knew he's going to be in Secret Wars, which is coming up. I almost thought they're like, are they fucking doing it right now? Are they fucking doing it right now? Are they killing Peter right now? What the fuck? And I knew Secret Wars was coming, and I still was like, are they doing it? Are they doing the Ultimate Universe where Peter fucking dies? No? Okay. They're not doing that route. Which is something I did ask the other day. Do you think when Tom goes out and he's had his final moment as Spider-Man, he is done? Whether that's however many movies till now, and the mantle passes to Miles. Do you think they're going to pull the Ultimate Universe where he dies? Or is he just going to become, I'm going to take a step back as Spider-Man, and then we'll maybe show up depending on the event with Miles? Because they could do that
No, I
too.
think they're gonna do it like the PlayStation games, where he's just gonna like retire. I
Which
guess.
I
Yeah, he's gonna retire. They're not gonna kill him off.
kind of have a
If they
feeling they're
do,
not going to
that's
kill him.
ballsy. That's ballsy. If they do,
Do
and it'll
it.
piss people off.
Do it. Because that's, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's how Miles is actually introduced in the entire world of comics. I think Miles' true first introduction is the fact that Peter Parker fucking dies in his universe and he takes over because there is no Spider-Man. Do it. Do it. I like Tom as Spider-Man, and I hate the idea that Peter Parker is not a part of something, because Peter Parker, he's the OG. It's hard to imagine not having Peter Parker Spider-Man around. Even if I like Miles, and I think Miles is a great passing the torch character, but it's always nice. It's just nice knowing that Peter is still there. The OG can show up and be like, what's up? And then do shit. But I actually really like the idea of like, no, we're fucking killing him. Peter's gone. I'm for it. If you commit to it, do it. I'm totally fucking for it. I'm not against that. Not one fucking bit. But that, yeah, I was thinking about that too when you asked me that with like the villains and shit. I was like, I wonder which one they're gonna go. But you're right. They're probably just gonna keep him and take him go PS4 version. He's gonna retire.
Yeah, they're gonna retire him.
He'll just show up for like cameo.
Which I mean, it's not a bad route. I don't think they have the balls to kill him off.
Probably not.
Because I mean, they tried to get rid of Chris Evans, and he's back.
Hey, it is the
Chris Evans tried to leave, him and Downey, and they both came back.
Hey, it is the comic book world. No character is truly dead unless the actual universe says, no, this motherfucker dead. We're not dealing with
Nobody dies except for Uncle Ben.
Yeah, nobody dies except for Uncle Ben and May eventually. Everybody else just keeps coming back.
They bring her back. I don't think they bring Uncle Ben back. Like, because people used to say, oh, Thomas and Martha Wayne and Uncle Ben are the only people who stay dead. Well, thanks to Flashpoint and all these Elseworlds things, Thomas Wayne doesn't stay dead anymore.
No, neither of his parents do, because of the Flashpoint version.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Ben is, unless I'm missing someone, Ben is the only one.
Dead.
Ben is the only one that fucking dies. And since Tom's didn't technically per se have, this is what he does, because the suitcase, I think in Homecoming or Far From Home, had the initials for Ben Parker. I swear it did.
Yeah. But why is there no...
Yeah, that was my thing too.
It's so weird that they omitted Uncle Ben from these movies. Like, they basically combined Uncle Ben into both Tony Stark and Aunt May.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's just so weird.
It's super weird, because clearly with her dying, which honestly did catch me off guard when I first saw it, and because I'm like, really, you gonna commit to killing Aunt May? Okay. Aunt May typically doesn't die. But all right, fuck it. I'm like, oh wait, no, they're gonna do this. Is the whole fucking Ben Parker's route, isn't it? Fucking shit.
Yeah, they basically used 3 movies and 3 cameos for him to be. That's his origin, and now he's really Spider-Man.
Yeah, no, which means May's dead. We're not gonna see. We shouldn't technically see Marissa Tomei back as Aunt May outside of like those visions shits that he had and stuff like that. That's fine. I'm cool with that. But if she's embracing the Ben Parker role as well, she dead. But Spider-Man's still alive and well. Do you, to finish this off, do you think Ned remembers? Do you think Ned remembered? Because I have seen
They're
genuine back and
probably gonna
forth.
make him remember. Just because of the handshake thing, they're gonna commit. I almost guarantee it.
You know, the weird thing was, I've seen the back and forth about that handshake moment. People talking about it. People brought up that said the reason why he reacted that way is because he does the handshake, which people say muscle memory. I'm like, okay, fuck it, cool, whatever. But it dawned on him after he introduced himself that he's met this guy before at the party, looked at Spider-Man shit. Then when he was at the apartment, left, MJ called him Peter, and then he has this muscle memory thing with this random stranger from the party who's also named Peter. People are saying that he didn't remember Peter. It just dawned on him that this dude's actually probably Spider-Man. And I'm like, I don't know how the fucking handshake would have established that shit.
No, bro, he's gonna remember Peter.
Because I'm like, if anything, it would have been, I saw him at the party. Then he reintroduced himself. He's like, actually, my name is Peter, not what I gave you. And then he's thinking, well, MJ called Peter, Spider-Man Peter, when he left. That would make more sense. I just don't see how the fucking handshake was the catalyst for him to go, that motherfucker's Spider-Man. Because he didn't do anything with fucking Spider-Man like that.
Yeah.
So, like, what? No, I don't think that handshake was Ned going, that motherfucker Spider-Man. I think that might have been something that triggered him to maybe start remembering things. I think over the next couple movies, we may see Ned slowly start to remember and I guess break out of the spell. Because, you know, the spell just said they would forget that Peter Parker, they would just flat out forget Peter Parker. But Doctor Strange never said that it's like permanent, it's unbreakable. That it does. It seems to me like it did erase him from people's memory, but it wouldn't per se keep him trapped in like this trance-like state. Because even Wanda, when she was affecting the town in her show,
yeah,
she affected people's memories, but there were still moments where the true selves poked out, and she's far more powerful than Doctor Strange. So if even Wanda can't fully cut people off from who they are and they still slowly break through, I feel like Ned might do that because he does have a deeper connection to Peter than MJ. He's known him longer. They were best friends. He's the homie. Like, you know, I don't know. It was just something I've seen people talk about. It seems to be back and forth. I'm okay. I'm okay if Ned remembers. I don't know if I want MJ to remember because I kind of want them to actually do redhead MJ. But I also am tired of fucking Tom Holland simping over fucking Zendaya's MJ.
Yep.
Go simp over fucking Felicia
Couldn't
Hardy.
have said it better.
Go simp over fucking Black Cat. Or you know what y'all can really do, Marvel? For the love of God, please fucking do this. It'd be so fucking cool. MJ never remembers, and you make Peter get with fucking Silk. Do it. Fucking do it. Oh man, I don't think Marvel will commit to that. I don't think Marvel would commit to that though. I don't think they would.
No, especially now since the male and female leads are married in real life. They're gonna bank on that.
They're gonna do something with them. But I would so be fucking impressed if Marvel committed to going, he's not gonna get with her. We're gonna introduce Silk. And if you don't know who Silk is, go look her up. And if you do know a little bit about Silk, yeah, she basically becomes Spider-Woman because of Spider-Man's DNA, and they are literally fucking drawn to each other. And you can do so many fun stories. Like, they literally can't resist, like, the DNA within her and within him straight up say,
let's fuck.
Let's fuck. Do it, Disney. Come on, fucking do it. But what did you guys think? Have y'all seen fucking Spider-Man Brand New Day? If you haven't yet, please go watch. I don't know why the hell you would watch this and not go fucking watch the movie first. But if you have decided, let me listen to these guys talk about Spider-Man and then I'll go watch the movie. Why? But if you haven't, please go watch the fucking movie. It's a great fucking movie. I hopefully will plan on probably not spending money to go watch it again, but I'll definitely watch it again at some point. But what did you guys think? Did you maybe agree with something we said? Maybe you disagree with something we said. Who fucking knows? Was Sadie Sink a great choice for Jean Grey? Was the Punisher a good choice? I think the Punisher was a great choice for this fucking film. But what did you guys know? Let us know below.
Better than No Way Home.
Better than No Way Home.
Is this the best Spider-Man movie?
It is. Do you agree with me when I said that this is the best Spider-Man Tom Holland Spider-Man movie? You can argue the fuck around. I don't give a shit. Is this the best Tom Holland Spider-Man movie? Or do you guys still think it's No Way Home? Remember, do think of this without the nostalgia aspect behind it, because it's still great with the nostalgia, but think about it without it. But let me know in the comments below and let's get a discussion going. But we'll see you guys in the next episode of the Just News Podcast. And as always, I'm Phoenix.
And I'm Evan.
And we will see you guys next time on the Just News Podcast. See ya.